Sehr gut. Sehr gut.
I'm a time traveler from the year 2025, and I've come here to kill you, Hitler.
Oh, not again. I'm never gonna have enough time to finish these paintings with all of these time travelers trying to kill me.
Well, I'm going to succeed.
Before you pull the trigger, can I just ask why? Why do all of you people want to kill me?
Isn't it obvious? I'm a progressive, a liberal, a fighter for social justice. And you are a fascist who implemented a reign of terror. And while the effects of your policies devastated the world for decades, soon we will be able to take back the White House, and we will be able to use the government to force people to follow our great ideas.
You want to use government power to force your ideas on the populace. Me too! That's fantastic!
What? No. Ugh. You and I have nothing in common. What I'm saying is there are people in our time with dangerous ideas, and we need to silence them.
Silencing those who disagree with you. I do that too! Oh, wunderbar! Oh, the Nazi movement will not die with me.
Don't give me that! I'm enlightened, and you're as bad as... well, as Hitler. Listen, what I'm trying to say is we are very close to implementing a utopia, as long as we can get rid of some certain undesirable people groups.
Yes, like the Jews.
Yes, like the Jews. Oh.
So, in the future, you also do not like the Jews?
Well, no. But we don't believe in segregating all the races like you do. I mean, except for, like, graduation ceremonies. And dorms. And hiring practices. Oh, and admissions policies. That sort of thing.
I, too, am a fan of the segregation. I'm sorry, I have to ask, is this a real firearm or is this some kind of toy for kinder?
It's a flare gun. I'm trying not to support America's toxic gun culture. I'm a firm believer in gun control.
Gun control! This was one of my ideas, too. Ban them from the undesirables. Yes, look here. Oh, and your shirt. This is an organization founded by Margaret Sanger. Yes?
Wait, you know about Margaret Sanger?
Jawohl, of course. Oh, she's such a lovely person.
No. She's a fighter for reproductive rights, for women's empowerment,
and the eradication of undesirable populations by means of eugenics. Brilliant lady, very inspiring. I must use some of her ideas in our socialized healthcare system.
Socialized healthcare? That's not your thing. That's our thing.
No, it's very much my thing. Did you know that Nazi means National Socialist German Workers' Party? Nazi is just more catchy. Nazi. Just rolls off the tongue.
No. This can't be true. This has to be some sort of mistake. We are nothing alike. You're Adolf Hitler, evil right-wing fascist dictator, and I'm a feminist restorative justice advocate. And a vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian? Me too!
Okay, I am so confused right now. I came here with a clear goal in mind to kill the most evil man who I've ever lived. Besides Ronald Reagan. But now that I'm meeting you in person, you're not at all what I thought you were. And your painting is actually really good. What do you call it?
I call it Ein Reich ohne Juden.
Wow. I don't know what that means, but it sounds beautiful.
It does, doesn't it?
Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome to the program. Do me a favor. Give me the finger right now. Would you please share or like the program? Will you please? Rumble, share, like, follow, all this other stuff, would you? Hey, by the way, after this program, I'm going on to my locals where I'm doing an exclusive series on Islam. It's a very long series. You've seen me do episodic stuff before. I think my longest might be 6 episodes in a row, 6 episodes on a topic. This one will probably be 50. I'm teaching you everything you need to know about Islam. I'm taking you through an entire education on Islam, the Quran, Muhammad, etc. So that will be immediately following this program. Watch as the closing of the show goes, where I drop the link to share it with you. And join me for that incredible discussion. By the way, today's program is brought to you by the fine folks at Goldco. It's a simple request. I'm just request you feed your brain. That's where it all begins. Feed your brain. And request your free gold and silver kit today, because now is the time to protect your money with gold and silver. That's why I do Jovan Loves Gold. That's why I do this, partnering with Goldco. I am telling you, I've always told you ahead of time, something's coming. It's going to be digital. And it would not be the first time in history where our government has changed the value of something and reduced it. I think 2 things are going to happen simultaneously. It's going to reduce what you have in the bank. Some say by as much as 32%. Won't happen with gold and silver, but it's going to reduce what you have in the bank. And then you're not going to be able to spend cash. It's already happening right now across the country. If you travel, you get exposed to it. Hotels, hotel bars, restaurants won't take cash. Won't take cash. You got to understand what's coming, folks. And once that happens, physical cash is going to be outlawed. It will not be protected by law. Gold and silver is protected by law. Precious metals, coinage. It's not going to be protected by law. Please feed your brain, and understand what's going on. Today's going to be a very interesting, I think, mind-numbing, mind-boggling program. Okay? We're going to take a look at the Bible as you have never looked at it before. And this simple truth, when I do it, is going to explain our current crisis state. I truly think you will be floored. But this is where you have to focus. Don't ask questions. Go along for the ride. Pay attention. It is only about this topic. And wait for the payoff at the end. But I have to kind of take you through a journey so you understand it. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, right? A very big deal. And our world's changing right in front of us. And you got to understand how it's changing. You got to understand what's going on. You got to understand how it's going to impact your family. By the way, speaking of family, we're all family here. Denise Montgomery, I could just hug you and squeeze you. And, well, thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. It all goes to us teaching about election integrity. This is it. This is what, you don't have to listen to anything. You don't have to have any 6-degree polynormal unicorn of fucking alidocious formulas, secret videos, foreign countries, China, Venezuela, Serbia, professors, bow ties. You don't need any of it. This tells it all right here. And you can see the president's focusing on voter rolls and mail-in ballots. Obama had 69 million votes his first term. He was the messiah of the Democrats. Can we accept that? He was their rock star. Still a rock star to this day. 65 the second time. Hillary against Trump, first time 65. The Biden big middle finger, F you. Kamala closed out election night at 68. 15 months later, she's over 75 million votes. 75 million votes. This is why the keeping of the full forensic archives is so freaking important. And it's all coming together. And it's of biblical proportions. Wait till you see this. I truly believe it is going to rock your world. Please share this program right now. We'll get started in about 3 minutes.
Rennie Good was a gifted soul, a writer and a poet and a mother. Wow, she tried to hit an agent with her car. Oh no, pop motherfucker, now she's gone. Yeah. Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. You fuck around and find out it's what it is. Jeffrey Pretty was a Jewish homo. Started talking shit to protect a chomo. He was getting nicked when he pulled a gun. Bam, motherfucker, now you're gone. Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with a septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. Fuck around and find out what that is.
Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The historic Maricopa County full forensic audit effort processed 20,895,610 digital and forensic images of varying formats, resulted in 208 million individual evidence-proof files. The system processed over 58 billion forensic measurements, resulting in over 2 trillion individual base computations. No hopium, no hype, just hardcore forensic evidence. Please make sure the Maricopa County Full Forensic Audit Archives survive. Donate now. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence.
Warning. The following program has been rated Dilligaff and is intended for open-minded audiences. If the truth offends you, or if you are allergic to focused intensity, intellectual athleticism, or the occasional F-bomb or even irreverent humor, please switch off now. If your delicate sensibilities need to be worried about or addressed, might we recommend the Underwater Basket Weaving channel to you? Otherwise, sit back, enjoy the wisdom, insight, and wicked sense of humor.
Cut the crap. How many times a day do you want to say that to politicians? The elite, the loony liberals, the fake news media, and the gender-confused emotional socialist snowflake crowd. Cut the crap is your secret weapon for fighting for our freedoms and our great republic. It all begins with a massive mental enema, freeing you from the toxic news and politically correct views, which constipate your consciousness with stinking thinking. Your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer. He's known for calling out politicians and telling them to cut the crap. You've seen him on virtually every television network and listened to him on Coast to Coast Radio. And now he's here to help you learn to fight for America. Culture, race, and American politics. They all have one thing in common. They all need to cut the crap. Now, here's your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer.
Okay, folks, I'm going to go through this fairly fast. We're going to take a look at the Bible as you've never looked at it before. And this is a simple truth. This simple truth explains our current state of crisis affairs that are going on. I have to do some setup. You've got to just bear with me, because if you don't understand cross correlation, if the impact's going to kind of leave you gobsmacked. This is going to be like quadruple Godsmack, but you got to have the lead up going on. And by the way, God bless every one of you that do Rumble donations or, support our locals. It all goes to election integrity. And I appreciate you so much because you're making a difference in the world and you're engaged in this fight, and God bless you for your support. Let me tell you how this came about. Somebody posted something. Now, let me go back. I would assume, if you followed my program for a while, I'm Jewish. I do not hide that fact. I am Jewish. Technically a Messianic Jew, a blend, but I am Jewish. I don't hide from it. There's no need to hide from it. And you are entitled to whatever faith you decide is right for you. That's called free will, and God personally gave it to you. With that said, I'm going to show you an interesting tie to the big payoff at the end, which is about the Bible, looking at it through an interesting optic. But I have to take you on a little bit of a journey first. Well, I posted a reply to somebody posting something about Jews and all this other stuff. And somebody got on, I don't know. I got convinced when I saw the Jews offering sacrifices to Baal and Moloch and all this other stuff. Now, I'm going to show you a video that went around the internet, supposedly showing Jews sacrificing infants to the god Baal. Now, I cover this because all around the world, anti-Semitic stuff, memes, the worst is Gab. Gab makes me gag. The worst is just Gab. It's kind of all over the place. And so there are tremendous anti-Semitic stuff going on. And if you remember, I told you this, I started saying about 2 years before October 7th, that something weird is going on. Something weird is going on. Right now they're saying, well, Trump carrying, George Washington over the Hormuz Strait. Right? And he's doing it for Israel. What a crock of shit. It's the freaking oil for our country. But people do not understand that. Now, let me see if I can switch. There we go. I got that. Dang it, I got a little hiccup. I'm going to blink for a minute. Hang tight. It only takes a second. I actually think I move too fast for my studio software, right? And somehow it does. And by the way, Zod down in Australia, our brother from our way down south island mother, there are many Bibles. You're right. The standard I'm going to use is the King James Version, just because it's the bestseller. But just hang on. Don't jump thinking you know what I'm going to cover yet, right? So, with that, I told you 2 years before this October 7th thing happened in Israel, which is now a year plus past, or how long has it been now? Jeez. That something was going on. Then we got the October 7th attack, and now it's even more. This is an orchestrated plan, but let's kind of peel back for a moment, okay? Let's just kind of peel back for a moment. What even encouraged me to make this particular episode, which covers some of the Islam stuff, but don't worry, I go into deep Islam stuff when I'm doing over on my locals, which, by the way, part 2 will be right after this broadcast. Anyway, when I posted something, this fellow, and I had to end up asking, you obviously know him too. Why the hell do you follow me? But he posted, I've seen video of Jews sacrificing babies to Baal and Moloch. I'm going to show you that video real quick.
A new day dawns, the 20th century, with hopes of freedom, happiness, and peace.
Okay, let me do a little teaching on this moment. That video has circulated the internet. People who don't research have gobbled the goopy gravy, right? And they say, here is Israel celebrating their founding as a state and as a country, and they're worshiping, sacrificing babies to Baal and Moloch. Well, Baal and Moloch was not worshipped by the Jewish people or Israel. I'm going to give you a little bit of history of that one particular thing. I want you to understand that video is not from Israel. That video is from the United States of America and Chicago. That's number one. It's from Chicago. Number two, it is not from the founding of Israel. It's actually from the 1933 World's Fair. It was called the Romance of People at the 1933 Chicago World's Fair. And there was this big pageantry on Jewish Day telling a history. And part of that history was how the people of Israel, otherwise Jews, were fighting the tribes that had multiple gods, one of it being Baal and Moloch, and that those tribes participated in child sacrifice. It's a telling of a history, a biblical history. Now, it's been conveniently edited and sold back to you that the Jews did child sacrifice. It is not true. But it's been used to misrepresent the story. So I gave the guy on Twitter, I gave him the full story, I gave him the full background. Maybe watching now. And so that's what prompted me to do this. And so what we're going to talk about is the Bible. For this one singular example, I am using the King James Version. Okay, that's it. And I am wanting you to look at this to a historical thing about what all the crap is going on in our country, the United States of America. I am a first generation American German Jew. Ironically, the horse I have in this race is my country, the United States of America, because you are either for America or you're against America. There's no parties, there's no left, there's no right. It's horseshit. We have a uniparty. That's it. That's it. Now, with that said, and you can see all the anti-Semitic crap going around, and you see Candace doing her shit and just all this stuff. It's shit. It's what it is. Through that filter, I want to show you a few things decidedly Jewish that either the media ignores or the media propagates. Let's start here with Bill Maher talking about what the left and the media won't really cover that is truly a genocide. And you're hearing there's a genocide of the Palestinians.
Nigeria, I mean, the fact that this issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. And again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Because no one will talk about it, so thank you.
Absolutely.
There is a genocide going on in Africa right now, a true, absolute genocide that is about, you are Christian, you must die, and that's why you must die. Now, I believe most people, quote unquote, that are now anti-Semitic, it's the Jews, Zionism, they control everything, kind of fall more along the lines of this young lady in their knowledge base.
Actually, stop. Why do you hate the Jews?
I'll be honest, I'm not entirely educated on it. I don't like you guys.
Okay, so why? Why? What is it that you don't like? I've got a lovely little girl. Why do you hate her? Why do you hate my daughter?
Because I do. Am I going to get put on Instagram Reels?
Of course.
So out of every country, why did you move to Israel?
Why? It's the safest place for a Jew to live. I had people in your country pulling knives on me.
Oh, were you a Jew when you were in England?
Oh, yeah. I was a Jew in England. I was a Jew in Israel.
To be fair, I don't hate you to the point where I'd probably kill someone. I would never do that. I just don't like... I don't even hate you. I just don't like it.
But you don't know why?
I just don't like you.
Did you meet a Jew that you didn't like?
No, I haven't. I didn't even know there was Jews in the UK. I have not seen a single Jew in the UK.
But you want to know an amazing thing about the Jews in the UK? They founded a huge percentage of the companies that you benefit from.
Oh, I know. The Jews are all rich. Jews own everything, babe. I know.
Not that we own everything. We create jobs for you. We create scientific breakthroughs for you. You are better off for the Jews in your community.
Okay.
But you hate us. Why? I don't know.
Yeah.
Cute girl. Love the accent. Personally, I wouldn't have her talk, but she'd be fun for about 20 minutes, and that'd be it. Total moron. Oh, were you a Jew when you were in England? I think most people fall into this category because they're airheads, they're followers, they repeat stuff to kind of play like they're in the know. Okay, I'm taking you on a journey for a reason that you have to understand here. Now let's go to the other side. People in the street, UK, etc., being asked things about terrorist organizations.
Occupation.
حماس مش مشكلة حماس قيادة حماس أي شيء المهم يعني نفسي يمحوا شيء اسمه يهود عن وجه الأرض. إسرائيل يعني إسرائيل أوكي مش مشكلة المهم المحتلين هذا المغزى يعني.
No problem with Hamas as long as they wipe Jews off the map. That Muslim lady. Now, let me ask you a question. I want you to answer in chat. Do you believe our country, the United States of America, in recent years has been flooded with Muslims, Islamic radicals, and mosque and America haters? Put it in chat. Do you believe that has occurred? Do you believe a big floodgate has opened up and allowed Islam into our country, that Islam is protected, right? You know, they'll rape somebody in England, a girl, a bunch of men will rape a girl, right? Etc. Okay. And they'll get away with it, but the little girl lashing out or saying something, she goes to jail. So you know that's happening, right? You know there is a Muslim invasion. And the Muslim invasion says, you must accept Islam. You don't, you're dead. You don't, you're dead. Secondly, back in the time of Muhammad, when this thing called the Quran came about, Muhammad went to all the Jewish leaders and basically said, most people don't know this, Jesus is a fraud. He's not the Messiah. I am the prophet. You must turn away or die. And the Jews told him, go fuck a goat. Okay? So you have to understand that. So this is all over the place. All Western countries are being infiltrated. Western is associated with being a Christian, and then they cross-associate being a Christian with you being white. Now, with that said, you know that we have radical Muslims in all countries now, and in the United States specifically, okay? I want to share you some of the Islamic sentiment. This first one's got subtitles. Pay attention.
والله لو أخرجنا اليهود من فلسطين لو أخرجناهم من فلسطين.
If we chase Jews, right, from Palestine and the Holy Temple, what's the Holy Temple? It's the second temple of the Jews, sacked by the Muslims. The Muslims build their holy mosque, destroy the temple, build their holy mosque over it, and Jews can't go there. And in case you didn't notice the trend, when Tower 2s came down, it was to build a holy mosque over it. It was the ground zero mosque. Luckily, we pushed back on it. But anyway, watch this.
والله لو أخرجنا اليهود من فلسطين لو أخرجناهم من فلسطين وأخرجناهم من بيت المقدس دون أن يسلموا ولو ذهبوا آخر العالم سنلاحقهم وسندعوهم إلى الإسلام وندعو بوجه الإسلام وندعو جميع النصارى للإسلام. نعم نعم ديننا دين الرحمة.
With the religion of compassion, we'll kill you.
أولا يعني الإخوة المجاهدين في سرايا القدس أن يستمروا في عملهم المقاوم.
نحن لا نحب الحياة. نحن طلقنا الدنيا بالثلاثة. نحن الذين عمروا آخرتهم.
So they don't celebrate life, they celebrate death. They built it in the afterlife and they get 72 virgins. It just they forgot to mention virgin what? But you see the hate. Now, I'm going to show you something that is you paid for. You funded this through two sources. Your money to the United Nations and to USAID. This is the school. Well, just watch.
لأنه نعمل حرب إنه نفرجن اليهود إنه إحنا مش إنه إحنا مش شاطرين إحنا قوايا كمان. في ناس بحبوا فلسطين بدهم يحاربوا وبضحوا بدمهم عشان فلسطين. أنا بدي أهزمهم بالحرب. بدي أهزمهم.
بيعلمونا إنه الأقصى إلنا وإلنا يعني يعني إلنا فلسطين والأراضي كلها إلنا لأنهم بسبب كذبهم وانتهاكاتهم إنهم يقولون إنه الهيكل تحت المسجد الأقصى ولا مرة إنه يكون الهيكل تحت المسجد الأقصى.
أنا بقرأ اليهود.
بعلمونا إن الصهيونية هم أعدائنا وهم أهم شيء لازم يسوي فيهم عملية.
يعني انهم بيعلمونا بالمدرسه انهم ارهابيين
بيحكوا لنا عن اليهود انهم هدول مش منيح وهدول بقتلوا قاعدين بشبابنا. بيحكوا لنا هدول غدارين وبيحكوا لنا انه هدول بغدرونا هدول مش منيح. اذا بطعن بدعس عليهم. اعمل عمليات.
كيف يعني؟
الدعس. عمليات الدعس عمليات الطعن والاشتباك المسلح في المخيمات.
ايش اكيد هدول العمليات ترفع الراس ولفلسطين. العمليات هاي تاعت الدعس والسكاكين هاي اشي بيرفع الراس لفلسطين.
اذا بدك بطلع بستشهد عادي. انا ان شاء الله اساعد الشباب وان شاء الله اصير مقاوم بالمستقبل مع الدولة الإسلامية.
So the children are taught from a very young age to worship death, to kill and hate. White Western world. Our children are taught white supremacy is bad, capitalism is bad, America is bad, America is a colonizer. Do you see any trend with this? As they let them in, okay? Now, here's a little interesting fact. I'll be covering it on one of my episodes, right, on my locals. And right after this program, join me in my locals for part 2 on Islam. Pop quiz. Put it in chat. Pop quiz. Where does Satan live? Where does Satan live? Yes, among us, and yes, on earth. I'm getting down to his address. There's a certain group of people that believe Satan actually has an address, and it is here, it is on earth. Now, and that's the truth. And that's the truth. Okay. Where exactly does he live? What is his address? Yeah, you could easily say Washington, D.C. No. Where does Satan live? Now, most people have never dove into this, but Satan actually lives in Mecca.
وحي الشريعة بالجربة نازل كاتب داخلك يا أبو فاضل يا المشمر عن نهر.
Yes, that's Satan's address. Satan has a wall. Lives in the wall. And you actually go to Mecca and you can insult Satan by throwing things at him because that's where he dwells. Bet you didn't know that one. Anyways, we continue on a journey here. This is only a setup, right? This is only a setup to get to what I'm about to show you. The Bible is you've never looked at it before. And this is the simplest truth, which I believe explains our current crisis state, because you can agree we are horribly in crisis. Now, in our next little video, I'm going to take you to just outside Washington, D.C. Okay? And I'm going to take you to a mosque, which is going to be my topic today over in Locals. I'm going to give you the history. Mosques are not churches or religious institutions. They're for staging war. I'm going to give you the history. I'm going to take you to a mosque just outside Washington, D.C. Pay attention.
The reason America is still in the throes of this and still supporting this, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what degree it is. It is because, however, of Christianity. It is because of Judaism. In Western nations, aside from America, America is the last stronghold for Christianity. In Great Britain, people are becoming irreligious in droves, and ultimately, they're becoming Muslim. They, in America, they still believe in Christianity. And in Christianity, in the Bible explicitly, it says that God promised the land of Canaan to Abraham and his descendants. Jewish people and Christian people believe that God inspired these words. So as long as they believe it, they can never truly be on the side of the Palestinians, right? So our means of helping the Palestinian is dawah. So we can cure the ills of the Jewish people who have a superiority complex. We can cure their ills and then tell them the actual truth, the ultimate truth is Al-Islam.
That they must wipe out Christianity. To wipe out Christianity, you got to wipe out the West. Here's some of the things going on. Let's go take a look in the UK.
Anti-Semitism has now completely taken over the West, and as a proud Jew, I'm absolutely terrified. With every passing day, the rhetoric espoused about my people gets more and more deranged and incendiary. And what's truly worrying is that there's very limited pushback against it online. It started with your typical propagandistic stuff about the fake genocide in Gaza, and it's escalated. Jews now control the weather, we're responsible for every tragedy in the world, and we're also now being blamed for the Iran war. I mean, this is completely and utterly insane, and it's not just online, it's extending to the real world. There is increased violence against Jews, synagogues are being attacked, kids are having their skull caps stolen, beaten up. It's insane. You know, I live in England, and I am truly terrified that one day I will be killed for my religion. This is my home. I'm meant to feel safe here, yet I don't. So please, check in on your Jewish neighbours, stand up for Jews around the world, and call out anti-Zionists and anti-Semites wherever you find them. Please.
I think it's very funny that you look at him, most people would never peg him as a Jew. But you have this Middle Eastern anti-Semitic look. Semitic only means Middle Eastern people, by the way. And people have no concept there isn't one prototype for a Jew. I guess maybe our Jew curls to a bit, but past that, there isn't. I want to show you some of the belief systems. Now, you got to understand the belief systems that come with this in the Western world. When somebody from the Western world, usually a young mind, buys into all this stuff, and you've heard this term goyim, right? They're just a goy. All that means is you're not from the nation of Israel. That's all it means. It's not an insult. It's somebody who's not from here. That's all it means. But I want to show you some of the belief systems in this 6-minute clip that are very important to understand both what is believed. And remember, I'm only getting to one point here. I'm getting to the Bible as you have never looked at it before. This is the simple truth that explains our current state of crisis. But I got to help you understand. You got to be able to see all the movements going on. Because remember, my job is to make you the smartest patriot in the room. And if you do not understand how the system does it to you, takes advantage of you, corrupts you, you have no way to fight against it. Watch this discussion. I have 2 short videos, and then I'm going to show you something that's going to rock your world.
Point I have here is that if Israel can get Christians more on board with radical Islam and that these people are evil and we need to go in there and take them out, these people are terrorists, it'll be more easily justifiable for us to go in the Middle East and fight Israel's wars.
Okay, again, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. What you're saying is because it benefits Israel, Israel must have been involved. Do you understand what logical fallacies are? Do you have evidence? Yes, it also benefits South Korea. Did South Korea get involved? It benefits France. Is Macron involved?
How does it benefit France?
Do you know where the #1 terrorist attacks and Islamist refugees are in all of Europe?
I'm guessing France.
It is France. So it benefits France. Was
no, it
Macron
doesn't benefit
involved?
France.
It actually
all
does.
These refugees have come into the West.
Right, because
we have gone in there and blown up these people's homes.
Oh, so we should take their refugees.
We have destabilized the region.
Oh, it was stable before. Interesting. Please tell me
it
the
wasn't
stability.
necessarily stable.
Oh,
It wasn't
backtrack
necessarily
again.
stable.
Got it.
But
got
it was a
okay,
lot
yeah,
more stable. These people in the Middle
really?
East
It was a lot more
had a
stable.
dictator. They had a strong guy that
Tell
could
me
really
when
lead
it was
and
stable.
wasn't.
Tell
Are
me
you
when
going to speak?
Afghanistan was stable.
Afghanistan was never stable. Not every country is going to be stable in first world.
Which one was stable?
I would say Libya was very stable before we went in there.
Libya was
with
stable
Gaddafi,
before.
Yeah. Libya was the richest country in Africa.
First off, that's actually not true.
And they had free healthcare. Yeah, I
Libya
saw you
was
stop
not-
recording. I would too.
Libya was actually not the richest
Libya was
country in
stable. They had
Africa.
Gaddafi, and it was very stable.
You
Syria
know
was
what
stable
Gaddafi-
under Bashar. I mean, obviously he did bad stuff. He gassed people, but it was a lot more
He
stable.
did some bad stuff
Yeah.
and gas people.
Yes,
That's your
it was a
idea
lot
of
more. It was a lot
stabilization.
more stable than it is today, and we can both agree on
Yes,
that.
but what actually destabilized it?
Us going in there, and yeah,
What?
us going in there.
Oh, so Germany's destabilized.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we not bomb the shit out of Dresden way more? That would
Yeah,
make
we did
Libya
bomb the
look
shit out
like
of Dresden.
Disneyland?
Dresden was like a
Is
war
Germany,
crime.
Is Germany a... okay, well, that's...
Well,
whatever.
Europe's a lot more stable and civilized than
Oh,
other
Japan's
regions.
destabilized then.
No, Japan isn't destabilized.
Oh, Asia figured it out. Europe figures it out, but Libya...
But those
that
areas were a lot
was
more
our
stable.
fault.
That they were a lot
That
more
was
stable.
our fault.
Are you are you not just like thinking on a bigger like scale? They were a lot more stable under these strongman dictators. And if you're a strongman and a dictator, it's a lot of a bigger threat to the state of Israel than say just a bunch of terrorists with AK-47s.
Right, again, so back to the original argument. What you're saying is because it benefited Israel, therefore Israel must have been involved.
Yes.
That's not proof. That's not even evidence, by the way. What evidence do you have that Israel got involved with the bombing of whatever, with Libya or whoever?
Our government is very infiltrated by people that dual loyalty
Again, this
to
isn't
Israel.
an dude, I don't mean to cut you off, but this
I
isn't
know we
an
can't-
answer. This is just you saying, hey, it benefited Israel, so they must have been involved.
Yeah.
What does that mean? But that they were Jewish? That's your
yeah.
best argument, is that they were Jewish?
Yeah, and it benefit Israel.
Yes. Dude, that's not an argument. Okay, fine. Were white people, white countries and European countries, did they tell us to go to war in Afghanistan? Because every Jew that you're talking about in Congress or even lobbying, I can show you 10 white people that were involved.
Yeah, I mean, like Dick
So-
Cheney, I mean, George Bush. I mean,
So was
yeah.
England, were they the reason we
Tony
went to
Blair.
Afghanistan?
I mean,
Was Ireland the
Tony
reason
Blair
we went
said
to?
Tony Blair said we fought wars for tolerance and inclusion.
That's amazing.
I
So
mean,
are you saying the UK is the reason we went to Afghanistan?
No, I'm not saying.
Why not?
I'm not really talking about Afghanistan. I'm mainly talking about Iraq, Syria, and Libya.
You are. You said the places we
I mean, yeah,
invaded.
Afghanistan's obviously one of them, but Afghanistan wasn't really a direct.
Those are the only
threat to
places we
Israel.
invaded, by the way. So
Yeah.
what are you talking about then?
Iraq. I mean, Afghanistan isn't a direct threat to Israel. I mean, they're very tribal. So I mean, like,
What does that
they
have
were
to do
really
with my
organized.
question? My question
What's
is,
your
who are
question?
you talking about? You said places we invaded, and then you labeled the places we invaded, and you said I'm not even
Yeah, they
talking about those
benefit
places.
Israel. I'm saying,
Yeah.
I mean, Afghanistan.
So we are
isn't this-
talking
but
about
like,
those
like
places.
Libya, for example. I mean, Gaddafi warned that if we took him out, Europe would get flooded with refugees, and obviously it's happened.
Why? Let me ask you something. Has Saudi Arabia taken in any Yemeni refugees? They've killed
I'm
250,000
guessing not.
women
Yeah,
and children.
those Middle Eastern countries should take in these refugees.
Okay,
I
so
100%
why
agree
are
with
you
you.
blaming Israel? Israel, name one policy Israel has said, not just some Jew you know in media. Yes, Jews can make fucking dumbass decisions. Jews can be retarded. White people can be retarded. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Jews are
Everyone can be retarded.
individuals. The difference between you and I is I don't see like a dumb white person. I say, those fucking Englishmen, those fucking Irish. You see a dumb
leftist Jewish people
you see a
do, but
dumb
yeah.
Jewish person who's making a dumb policy, and you go, Israel. Can you give me one policy where Israel is? In fact, Israel is the biggest people telling us stop bringing Islam into Europe and the West. Israel is screaming it, and we're over here like Israel's making us do it.
But guess what? It
Give
is
me
happening.
one policy. No,
It
I'm
is
gonna
happening.
I'm gonna force you. Give me one policy that Israel's ever perpetuated or pushed for to get us to bring France to Francistan.
Well, a lot
Not
of
a Jew,
NGOs,
Israel.
a lot of NGOs are Jewish and support
Again,
the state of Israel.
I got
at
it.
the same time.
Jews. Oh my God, the 0.2% of the population is controlling our
Yeah, and
powerful
a lot
white
of our
minds.
government. I mean,
dude, tell me an Israeli policy. Yes, Jews can be dumb. Jews can be leftist. Jews can be right wing. I'm not disagreeing. We're not disagreeing. But you just keep saying Jews.
I'm not.
The Jews. Dude, give me an Israeli policy, or say I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I
Thank
really
you.
don't. I don't know.
Thank you. Was that so hard?
This is what's going on right now in our world, and this is what is being propagated on social media. That's a prime example. Prime example, okay? I want to read something to you that was posted online by Aristotle, like Aristotle with a KLE on there, Aristotle. Because it makes perfect sense. Let me just read this to you. Imagine the Jews being persecuted throughout the entire Middle East and Europe. So an idea was birthed to go to a centralized place in pursuit of safety that had a religious and historical connection to Judaism. You probably don't know these facts. That's my ad. Then Jews legally buy 7% of the land from Arabs for decades, who sell it to them at way over market prices. See, these kids are led to believe that the Jews were invaders and went in and took in land, but that's not true. Let's keep on going. So 7% of land that gets sold to them way over market prices. And then the Arabs decide to slaughter the Jews in 1920, 1921, and 1929. So the Jews say, maybe we should create self-defense organizations so we don't get slaughtered again, despite most of us being pretty woke leftists that just want to farm, want to be safe, so much that killing us and losing our trust, we will want to be good neighbors and split the land with you into two countries where one did not exist before. Imagine the local Arabs saying no repeatedly after multiple offers were made for a state and launching a war to attack Jews and verbatim drive them into the sea, and then the Arabs getting their asses kicked by a bunch of Auschwitz survivors. Then they tried again twice. They lost both times. Then the Israelis offered them a state again, and they said no, and they launched suicide bombing campaigns while the Israelis kept building their country. And now here we are. They keep trying to destroy. The Israelis keep trying to build, and the axis of resistance is in literal shambles, and all of the top guys have fucked their people over for no reason other than militant, religiously fueled Islamic radicalism. Palestinian leadership has consistently prioritized a struggle over state, and that's what the people have gotten. The Israelis continue to build, and the funny thing is they just want those around them to do the same, but you're too ideologically captured to recognize that. Talk about something that's bang on, that is bang on. When you talk about Jews having wealth, it's because Jews build things, technologies, and companies. A lot of the other systems, especially Islam, lives off things, builds nothing. Let me say that again. Jews build things. Great things, technology, companies, etc. While Islam, Muslims, lives off things. Right now in the UK, Muslims are suing, saying that the UK must pay them for being there. Okay, a little more history you might not know, and then one other short video, and I'm going to show you the moral of this story.
Everyone knows the story of Palestinian refugees, but almost no one talks about the other side. The 850,000 Jews expelled from Arab countries after the rebirth of Israel. Yes, 850,000. They lived in Iraq, Egypt, Syria, Libya, Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, and beyond. Many of their communities were older than Islam itself. In Baghdad, Jews made up a third of the population in 1940s. In Egypt, Jewish life thrived for centuries under the Ottoman Empire, an early modern rule. But when Israel was reborn in 1948, everything changed. Some Arab governments responded with confiscations, violence, and expulsion. Synagogues were burned. Businesses were seized. Jews were arrested, threatened, and stripped of their citizenship. The French Jewish lady I met in Paris, she was from Rida, Yemen. Where did they go? Most of them went to Israel. They didn't sit in refuge camps. They didn't keep on complaining. They rebuilt their lives, learned a new language, and helped build the state of Israel. But here's the double standard. The world counts only one side of the refuge story. Only one side has UN agencies, global resolutions, and decades of headlines. The other side is forgotten. No compensation, no UN agency, no international campaigns. Yet the Jews from Baghdad to Casablanca are living proof that Israel didn't just absorb refugees. It rescued them. 850,000 stories with one truth. The Jewish people were expelled, not just from Europe, but from the heart of the Arab world. It is time their voices are heard.
Again, another brilliant piece of clarity. You got it in the form of the debate. You see people just suck these things up, have no understanding of history. And there's the true history right there. One very simple 1 minute, 30-second video I'm going to show you from a preacher. And then I'm going to show you, okay, let's look at the Bible, probably as you've never looked at it before. And this is the simple truth that explains our current crisis state. And yes, he was Middle Eastern and Saudi. Here we go.
Because that wasn't exactly a white men sport, okay?
All right. So what is she trying to get people to do? She is actively trying to get black people to hate Jews because of Jews' role in slavery. She's taking her personal grudge against Ben Shapiro, and she is now trying to export her hatred of Ben Shapiro to now being about Jews. And now she's trying to get you, dear Christian, to join her in her hatred of Jews. She's trying to get you, dear black person, dear Christian, dear Muslim, to say, oh, here's what's really going on, is the Jews are the ones fomenting the hatred between us. And here's the solution. We need to all hate that group. And that will be where our hatred really lies. But the reality is, any voice that is trying to stir up hatred based on race is demonic. It is evil. It is against the gospel. This is not controversial, and pastors like myself should be speaking up about this issue. This is gaining traction within the conservative movement, and it's gaining traction within the conservative movement in the church, and it's got to stop. This is evil. It is wicked, and it is demonic. The mask has slipped. You can't say she's not anti-Semitic anymore.
I was just reading something on, and I don't, there it is. I was reading something on people watching on Instagram. We got Well-Ca or Well-Ca. State of Israel is run by criminal Zionists. Okay. I've sent you a link. You'll see it in chat. Turn on your camera, turn on your audio. Will you join me? Will you join me? Don't tell me you have one of those computers that don't have sound or a camera. Most people do. Join me. Let's discuss it. Okay. So forget that the Jews welcome Middle Easterns, all kinds, all people, all races, but the Jews were expelled. And we'll see if that person comes on down. But let's kind of go back in time, shall we? Now, I told you at the beginning of this, I want you to understand, we've got a Jew issue. Hate the Jews run everything. 0.002% of the world run everything. Yeah, what? 50 million people out of 8 billion run the whole thing. And I got to tell you, I'm fucking tired of all the work I have to do running this fucking world. Roseanne and I were talking about it. She's fucking tired too. Anyway. Let's take a look at our world. Now, let me ask you a few questions. I just want simple yes or no. And you're right, Zod, there are Christian Zionists too, but the word Zionist has been hijacked and overused, just like racist, right? Racist. And by the way, when people join, we learn. So let's have a talk. Welka 227. What is area code 227? Let's just say that's an area. Okay, hang on. I doubt they will. It says Maryland. Okay, if it's area code 227. Join me. I want to know who you are. Let's have a discussion. People enjoy this. We learn from each other. The one thing we have to do is talk. I want you to talk because us Jews need a break from all we're doing. We're fucking worn out. Please, come on. I sent you the link. Just click it and join me. You got to turn on the camera, got to turn on your audio. Okay. Do you believe, yes or no, do you believe that the United States of America is a Christian nation or a Judeo-Christian nation? Just yes or no. Very simple. Don't give me explanations. Don't give me Bible verses. Don't give me any of that crap. Just yes or no. Do you believe that the United States of America is a Judeo-Christian nation or a Christian nation? Okay. Very, very simple. That's it. Period. 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 Do you believe primarily Western Europe or Europe is a Christian nation, Judeo-Christian nation? Do you believe it? Etc. Yes or no, no or yes, yes or no, no or yes. Next question. This is not about your religion. Do you personally own a Bible? Yes or no? Do you personally own a Bible? Yes or no? Simple question. Do you personally own a Bible? Next, do you personally own more than one Bible? Okay. Don't send me Bible verses. Don't try to educate me. There's a point to this. It's a very simple thing. Outside of church, going to church, do you believe that the Bible is the symbology and or instruction manual for Christendom? Simple question. Yes or no? Do you believe that the Bible, and that's so great you have a grandparent's Bible. I have my dad's. Do you believe that the Bible is basically the instruction manual, right? The guidepost, the physical manifestation of, if you're not in church, of if you're studying your faith? So you got yes, across the board. Okay. Again, this is not about your faith. Don't go there. And I guess this person doesn't want to back up. State of Israel is run by criminal Zionists. Okay. Get ready. I'm going to give you the Bible as you've never looked at it before. I'm telling you, this is going to rock your world. Who's that said? Jenny says she has one from the 1500s. Fantastic. That's awesome. That is awesome. The oldest religious text I have about the Bible is a book, hardbound in calfskin, beautiful, handwritten, like in the 1300s. Beautiful stuff. I tried, just like you, to go back as far as I can. So since my topic is the Bible as you have never looked at it before, this simple truth explains our current crisis state. You know, Islam wants to convert you or kill you. So let's do a thought experiment. If history gave the Muslims and all these people who says, Jews are evil, they control everything. Okay, well, let's say we can wave your magic wand. If history took out everything Jewish, or Israel related in the Bible, which are contained in the 66 books of the Bible, what would be left over? Again, this is the question. If we did buy into this, Jews are bad, even though God instructs you to honor the Jews and work with the Jews, if we could go in and we could erase history, and just like the Muslims want, and we could wipe out everything Jew, everything Jewish, or everything Israel related, which is contained in the 66 books of the Bible, what would be left over? Genesis chapters 1 through 11 and the entire book of Job. That is all that would be left over. That's it. If you took out everything Jew or Jewish or Israel, which is contained in the 66 books of the Bible, right? What would be left over? Only Genesis chapter 11 and the entire book of Job, which ironically we share. Little Dove says you would take Jesus to, he was of a Jewish womb. Not only was Jesus of a Jewish womb, Jesus was Jewish. It all disappears. Except our creation story, right? And the book of Job, which ironically, if you did the same thing to the Quran, it too takes out a lot of the Quran, but not as much. Because we share the same creation story, we share the same descendants of Abraham, and the only thing that's technically left is how to make war. If you took everything Jew or Jewish or Israel, which is related, contained into the 66 books of the Bible, what would be left over? Only Genesis chapter 1 through 11 and the entire book of Job. Here's the deal. The King James Version is 783,137 words. You'd only have 26,600 words left. 96.6% of the text would be removed. The Bible would only become a sliver fraction of itself, 3.4% of the original. And it just happens to be what is shared with the Quran, but the Quran would be much bigger. And it would tell the origin stories, descendants of Abraham, and then from there, how to make war. Now, I'm going to go back and play for you one thing so you understand this context even better. I'm going to go back to Virginia. I'm going to go back inside the mosque, which remember, right after this program, we're going to go over to locals. I'm going to be talking about mosques, what they're designed for. Part 2 of my series, teaching you everything you need to know about Islam. But this next video I'm just going to replay for you is what goes on in a mosque. Pay attention to the words, because this is their claim on history, which is the shared history of Abraham, and that everybody else is illegitimate and we'll make war, which makes the Quran bigger if you take the Jewish part out. It validates their message.
The reason America is still in the throes of this and still supporting this, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what degree it is. It is because, however, of Christianity. It is because of Judaism. In Western nations, aside from America, America is the last stronghold for Christianity. In Great Britain, people are becoming irreligious in droves, and ultimately,
Great Britain's becoming irreligious. They're becoming Muslim.
They, in America, they still believe in Christianity. And in Christianity, in the Bible explicitly, it says that God promised the land of Canaan to Abraham and his descendants.
There you go.
Jewish people and Christian people believe that God inspired these words. So as long as they believe it, they can never truly be on the side of the Palestinians, right? So our means of helping the Palestinian is dawah.
Do you understand? It's war. The whole basis of this. Let's go ahead. Let's say no Jews, no Israel, no nothing. You'd be looking at dead screen time right now, because I wouldn't be here. If we take everything Jew, Jewish, or Israel related, contained in the 66 books of the Bible, what would be left over? All that would be left over is the origin story, chapter 1 to 11, entire book of Job. It's what's in common with the Quran. It would take it from 783,137 words, dwindle it down to a mere 26,600 words. 96.6% of the text would be removed. In other words, the Bible would be a mere fraction of itself at 3.4%. I want you to understand that the human rejection of Jews in Israel, therefore, would be a rejection of the Bible's foundation. I'm going to read that again. Chills run down my spine so much I'm shaking right now. I've told you this, but I'm telling you more so you understand. Human rejection of Jews in Israel would therefore be the rejection of the Bible's foundation. What's left over? The Quran. This is it. Everything changes everything changes when you change Israel. It takes the focus only to Abraham in the beginning and stuff, and of course, the flood story. You're not left with a universal religious text, just a short anthology of the creation flood origins and one profound but isolated story of righteous suffering. And what does Islam teach? We're here to suffer. We must shun the world. Our paradise is in heaven. Then you do the same thing to Quran. You've got this connective tissue plus all the making war instructions. And now, maybe you can connect the dots of what's really going on. How serious this is. It changes everything. This is not a coincidence. I told you it's short hops to end your faith. Period. Short hops. It changes everything. You start hating the Jews in Israel, which all these guys are doing. It justifies what's going on right now in the UK, the burning of churches. It justifies what's going on in the United States, places like DFW, massive building of mosque. It justifies killing people because they don't believe the same as you, and it is demonic. Now you know. Now maybe you will truly understand how deep and demonic this is and why this is a battle between good and evil. I've got more on locals. I've done episodes before where we're 6, maybe a little bit more, maybe 8 on one. This will be 50 plus episodes. I am peeling back this Islam onion. Watch for the link in the closing credits. Folks, if you only truly knew how demonic this is, share this program. It's vital. Encourage everybody to get to the end because you have to see it in play. And this is Satan working overtime. See you over at Locals.
Rennie Good was a gifted soul, a writer and a poet and a mother, wow. She tried to hit an agent with her car, oh no! Pop motherfucker, now she's gone! Yeah! Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. You fuck around and find out it's what it is. Jeffrey Pretty was a Jewish homo. Started talking shit to protect a chomo. He was getting nicked when he pulled a gun. Bam, motherfucker, now you're gone. Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. Fuck around and find out what that is.
Our courts are based on clear and convincing evidence. Want convictions? Want justice? For what happened in the 2020 election? Then we need your help. Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The decision you make in the next few moments could decide whether we ever get our elections fixed or not. Here's why. Trump campaign and allies filed 64 different lawsuits. They all went down in flames. 100% of these cases were presented on It's the Machines, or The Machines Changed the Votes, or The Voting Company Executive Said He Would Make Sure Donald J. Trump Would Not Win. They all went down in flames. Why? You can't bring theories to court as evidence. No supposed Zoom call or 6-degree polynomial math theory or census data is or ever will be proof of fraud. You can't bring theories to court as evidence. Here's why. In both civil and criminal law, the side making a claim carries the burden of proof, and prosecutors must prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Without physical or otherwise verifiable evidence, a case cannot meet this high threshold. Physical evidence is the key. The question is, did anyone get relevant, reliable, provable, testable, and duplicatable evidence of what really happened in the 2020 general election? And the answer is yes, absolutely. The full forensic audit of Maricopa County, Arizona is the only evidence-gathering work which gathered relevant, reliable, provable, testable, and duplicatable evidence of what really happened in the 2020 general election. Evidence so damning that the system, the deep state, and those who pull the strings of this country have fought to keep it hidden and have hoped to have it be forgotten to time. Almost $3 million invested in time, funds, and efforts to unlock that which the system wanted hidden. But now, that evidence is in danger of being lost forever. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then we need your help. Please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence. With the 2026 midterms coming up, the system is going to try to lame duck President Trump and then most likely introduce new impeachment proceedings. This is the evidence which will help win the war which is surely to come. We need to keep Maricopa County full forensic investigation and archive secure and ongoing. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then we need your help. Please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence. We need your help securing the full forensic audit archives. Don't allow the only testable, objective, and reliable 2020 election evidence fall into obscurity. Millions were spent on getting it documented and tested. This is historic evidence. Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The historic Maricopa County full forensic audit effort processed 20,895,610 digital and forensic images of varying formats, resulted in 208 million individual evidence-proof files. The system processed over 58 billion forensic measurements, resulting in over 2 trillion individual base computations. No hopium, no hype, just hardcore forensic evidence. Please make sure the Maricopa County full forensic audit archives survive. Donate now. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence. We can't do it without you. We need you. America needs you. Our future needs you. Please donate now. Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. Please donate now.